What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I wanted to bring you guys my latest video in my must-have Miss Gags series. This is my series I created inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series. I always have her series and the community playlist linked down below, as well as in all the Instagram pages I follow to get all of this makeup knowledge. And lastly, but certainly not least, I always have all of the items listed and linked down below. This makeup look was recorded. I should be having this available for you guys on Wednesday of this week. And with that said, I'm gonna scoot over and we're going to start talking about the new makeup releases. So in this part of the video, I typically try to showcase any new makeup that I have physically received. And although I have picked up a couple of things, there's nothing independently owned that I need to show you guys. So we're just gonna skip over that. Actually, there is, but that'll be showcased in a video. I did pick up the Natasha Denona new palette with my gift card from Beautylish, but like I said, we'll talk about that when I showcase that on my channel. So let's just get into it. So Angela Bright, I've now seen the Angela Bright in Sigma Beauty palette. I did showcase it last week, but I personally didn't see it at the time of filming the video. But as I got to editing, it was available for everybody to see. I think that it is a beautiful neutral palette with a splash of colors, and I think that it will definitely do well for Sigma. I'm sure this works for her aesthetic and her vibes. The eye looks look beautiful, and you know, astounding. I love that we got to see a full arrangement of looks from her palette when they released the actual palette. I truly love that idea and that concept. I think Sigma Beauty's formula is great as well. I have tried it before. I think I have one particular palette and it's really nice. But that said, this is going to be one that I personally am going to pass. Another one that I'm going to be passing on personally is by Terry is coming out with the new shade in their eyeliners. I don't want to spend money on by Terry's stuff. It is only $28 for the eyeliner, and I think for the grand scheme of things for this brand, that's quite cheap. But I think I'm gonna pass. I'm pretty sure this is a shimmery blue, and I don't really particularly get a lot of use out of shimmery eyeshadow eyeliners. I need to actually go through my whole collection and kind of purge stuff like that I just don't use. As much as they're pretty cute, it's not something that I get use out of, so it's time for it to go. Dior is also coming out with a new brow pencil. I've actually recently picked up, I feel like, quite a few brow pencils, whether they were on sale or because they were needed for like a certain video idea. So I'm actually going to go ahead and pass on this, although I will say the shade range looks decent, but it's not something that I need, so I'm going to go ahead and pass. Something that looks really nice, but I think right now it's just not something that I need, is the satin slip lipsticks from Vive Beauty or Vive Muse. I think the shades look really pretty. There's not a straight up brown, but some of the tones look slightly brown based that I could get away with them and have some enjoyment out of them. But Vive is not a brand that I have quick and easy access to. I would have to buy them from, I believe it's Beauty Bay. I've never bought from Beauty Bay before, so I doubt that I'm going to be running to pick this up. This is also a type of formula that I have from brands that I have easier access to. I have the Huda Beauty cream lipsticks. I also have some more sheer formulas from Makeup by Mario. So for me, it just doesn't seem like something that I actually need right now. In the future, maybe after I've gone through a couple of my more satiny lipsticks, maybe I'll take the plunge. But right now, I'm good. Two more shades have been released from Glossier. They have Wisp and Soar. This was one of the first formulations that I tried for cream blush. At the time, I don't think I really understood how to use cream blush for me, and throughout the years I honestly haven't reached for it. I do still have two shades, and I'm pretty sure both of them are just not where they need to be. I'm pretty sure it's time for them to actually be decluttered because they're just not useful anymore, and that's perfectly fine. I have so many more formulas that I am really getting so much use out of nowadays, and I'm really getting a lot of love for, that something like this is just, it's not screaming to me. I personally wouldn't say that this brand's formula is the end all be all for dark skin. I definitely think there are other brands that provide so much more, but yeah, that's my opinion. I would love to hear yours. Alice in Wonderland is doing a collaboration with Wet n Wild, and I think that this collection is a lot. It's a lot. It looks like a lot. There's a lot of different products. There's a whole lot of a lot. But none of this stuff is something that I need. I'm not a fan of Alice in Wonderland. I don't even think I've ever seen the movie nor the remake with Johnny Depp. It's just not something for me. So I think I'm personally going to go ahead and pass. Another thing I'm definitely passing on is from Unearthly Cosmetics. They're coming out with 2 different versions of their mystery boxes. One is a larger box with 5 items for $105, and the other is the small box that gives you 4 items for $74. From what I could tell, even if you picked up both mystery boxes, you would be getting quite literally 2 different collections of products, and none of those products are on their original range. And I appreciate that for those who literally have their whole range, and maybe this brand is their favorite brand out of all the brands. It makes sense, and they can get more from the brand, and they can feel like they're in like this exclusive club or group of people that have these products. This is not a favorite brand. I think this brand is solid. I do like certain things from them, certain things I'm not in love with. And so for me, I'm going to go ahead and pass. Like I said, I'm really trying to slow down on my purchasing, and it may not seem that way. I sometimes feel like it's not happening, but in the makeup realm, at least, I truly am slowing down. And for that, I am very, very happy. Summer Fridays is coming out with a new formulation, and this is their Blush Balm Lip and Cheek Stick. They're coming out with 4 different shades for $28. These shades actually look very, very pretty. I love that they have swatches on 4 different skin tones for each different blush. They also have like a little blurb on like what the blush is. For me, if I could get away with trying the Warm Desert, that would be the shade I would pick up. But from the description, them saying that it is sheer sun-kissed terracotta, I do not believe that this is going to be a shade that works for me. So unfortunately, I'm going to go ahead and pass. I don't feel as though I need another kind of ruddy blush like the Heat Wave, which I feel like I've picked up quite a few kind of ruddy pinky blushes. And since I don't get a whole lot of use out of those, I'm going to go ahead and pass. Something I'm sure a lot of people are very excited about, not me included though, is the e.l.f. Cosmetics Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. So previously, a lot of people really loved their poreless primer. I feel like that was their dupe for the Tatcha Silk Balm. This product came out, and now they've come out with a liquid version, which is very similar to Tatcha. They came out with a liquid version of their Silk Balm. I'm good. I enjoyed the Tatcha. I didn't love it. I've never tried the e.l.f. and I have the Danessa Myricks Pand Balm Primer, whatever it's called. The name is not coming to my attention right now. So for me, I have that. I don't need this. And I also am trying to get through some of my products, as you guys know, with my challenge that I have going. So no need for me to pick up anything else, but I'm sure the price is solid. I'm sure this is under $10, which is always a great thing. Something that I would love to get my nose on is the Boy Smells and Magnolia Bakery Banana Pudding Candle. I think the idea and the concept of this is great. I actually picked up the Magnolia collaboration with whatever that brand is for their body scrub. I actually really liked it, and that was a banana smell as well. So that's why I'm very intrigued to actually get my nose on this, because that body scrub smelled delicious. And if this is even a tenth of what that smells like, I think I would get a lot of enjoyment out of it. But I do tend to use a lot of candles from Bath and Body Works. As of right now, at least with this post, I don't even know how expensive this is. I know Boy Smell is not cheap, so I can only imagine. There's a lot of variables that would need to come into place perfectly for me to pick this up, such as this would need to be available at Sephora. It would need to be, you know, somewhat affordable, X, Y, and Z. So we shall see, we shall see. Products are becoming available at Walmart from Scent Theory and Crayola. Basically, they're taking all the colors from the basic Crayola box, and they've come out with hand soaps. And I think this is cute for those who really enjoy this concept, especially those who really love Bath and Body Works and want to just kind of try other brands. This could be really cool. I have stocked myself up perfectly with Bath and Body Works hand soaps. I'm probably not going to go back to the store until Halloween, which I am thoroughly excited. I've been seeing quite a few sneak peeks and been seeing some videos showcasing the new products. But for right now, I'm going to try to bank some coin and I'm just going to sit in my corner. Lawless is coming out with a multi-stick that is for summer, and they seem to have two different shades, one that is more of a bronzy tone and then one is more of a warm champagne tone. I think these both look pretty. Are they necessary for me? No. I don't really show my arms or my body all that much during the summer. Sometimes I'll wear shorts. I've been starting to wear more dresses, which I truly enjoy, but it's just not necessary for me. I have products that I can either use similarly or these exact products, so I just don't need anything else. Tom Ford is sneak peeking that they're coming out with a heart blush. I think it looks cute. I've kind of come to the conclusion though that when it comes to Tom Ford, I'm gonna be going to a CCO to pick up a lot of their products. I recently went to a CCO to pick up one of their perfumes that they had there for an insane deal. If you didn't know, a CCO, basically they are run by one of those parent groups. My brain is blanking, but basically what happens is that all of the brands that are under that particular umbrella, I think it's the Estee Lauder parent company. Anyways, all of the brands that are under this parent company are all sold their old stock, or stock that like nobody really wants, basically all the leftover stuff, and then even some like current stuff. And you can get those products initially pretty much on 50% off. The key though is to go to a CCO during a holiday weekend, because then you actually get an additional something off. So like when I went right before Father's Day, so not only did I get 50% off of the products that they had in the store, I then got an additional 10. So that's 60% off initially, that I'm just good to go. And I signed up for their program or whatever. So basically now when I go back again, I can get an even more, I think they said it gets an additional 10% off next time, which is fantastic. So just that is where my mindset is. I am all about finding the deal, finding the hustle. I think that there is definitely a market for that. And as the economy continues to be a wee bit shaky, I'm going to continue to think about that personally. A new brand is afoot from Katie Jane Hughes, and she is a celebrity and editorial makeup artist. I have personally never run across from her, at least not knowingly. Maybe I've run across some of her work, seeing like influencers and celebrities out and about. I've probably seen it that way, but I've never knowingly said that is her work, Either way, I'm intrigued to see what she brings to the market. I'm sure her stuff is originally only going to be available in the UK, which makes perfect sense. So I wouldn't be able to get my hands on it, but I'm definitely intrigued to see what she comes about. Kylie Cosmetics is coming out with a tinted butter balm lip product, and I think this makes sense. There's so many brands that are coming out with this type of product right now. I definitely think that the aesthetic of like a no makeup or even just a lightly makeup look is just very popular right now. That's why you see so many brands coming out with tinted moisturizers, which we'll be talking about one of those in a few. You also see a lot of people coming out with these glowy lips. It's just a style that is in. I definitely love the glossy lip aesthetic. I've just been getting a lot of enjoyment. I remember at the beginning, 2015, 2017, the matte look was just fierce. It was so fierce. Everybody loved it. And I think there's definitely a place for it, but I no longer love it as much as I used to. Regardless, I think this makes sense. I like it. I'm not going to pick it up though. Something that I think is beautiful, it's really, really pretty, is from Clarity Cosmetics. This is their Aloha eyeshadow palette. I think this looks really, really pretty. And had I not already picked up the Natasha Denona palette, which no, I didn't spend my money, but I still brought in a palette this month, and I picked up a palette from the CCO. that's enough. That's enough for this month. I really want to enjoy those products. I actually have the eyeshadow palette on my eyes today from the CCO. That was a Tom Ford quad. In case you guys are wondering, I believe it is the Rose, it's the Forbidden Pink quad. And I think this is from their Rose Prick range that they came out with when they came out with the perfume. So anyways, I have those. I need to test out, get some enjoyment, understand them, all of that. So this is not something that I need right now, but the swatches look beautiful. The color scheme looks beautiful. I definitely would understand if you were interested in picking it up. Make Beauty, which is available at Walmart, is coming out with some like multi-stick products, and they have a range of colors that you can use to contour, to sculpt as a base, all of that. I like the concept. I truly enjoy my Laura Mercier Caviar Stick, which I love to use as a base. Today I actually used an About Face cream eyeshadow as a base. I tend to use those every so often as bases. I think that it adds a layer to whatever your look is. So there is that. Do I need this? No. And because I don't live comfortably near a Walmart, and that's just not an automatic for me to go to Walmart, that's never going to be a product or a range, honestly, that I'm going to really get much attempt to try. I'm just probably never going to try them. Another range very similar to that is Hard Candy. Once again, I think the only place you can really get them is at a Walmart, and they're coming out with a lip repair oil. I have a couple of lip oils left, not very many. I've pretty much gone through quite a few of them, or they're already in designated purses. So there is that. I think these look cute. Is there a particular color that I would like live and die for? No. So once again, easy pass. Tarte is coming out with the new Man Eater Volume 3. I think this is pretty. I love the depth that you can get from this. I like the lightness that you can get from this. I don't see any particular, oh, there's 3 shimmers. I think it's fine though. It's going to be a pass for me. The tinted moisturizer that I was excited to talk to you guys about is actually from Danessa Myricks. Now this is in her Yummy Skin range. That's the product. That's the primer that I was talking about earlier and I couldn't think of the name. This is her tinted moisturizer, like I said, for the Yummy Skin range. And basically this is supposed to give you light coverage that is skin-like and radiant, and there are 16 shades. I decided not to pick this up, and I'm pretty confident in that decision, and it's mainly because of the fact that there is not a shade in her range that is perfect for me. Yes, this is a tinted moisturizer, so it can stretch along quite a few more skin tones than like her Yummy Skin foundation, and I appreciate that and I love that. But lately I've been picking up quite a few foundations. I am getting towards the end of panning the one foundation that I had in my project pan, which I will have in the cards in case you're interested. But I'm not there yet, and I really want to knock out a couple more primers and honestly foundations, setting sprays, all of the above when it comes to those basic base products before I bring any more in. So I definitely am going to wait to see some reviews from others when it comes to that particular product, but as of right now, I'm good. Something that I can see me slipping up and picking up because I do enjoy the formula is the Haus Labs powder blush. I feel like this product out of everything in her range is very like controversial, right? Some people love it, some people hate it, some people think that it's okay. I'm somebody who I actually really enjoy the blush formula. I think it's great. Is it as much of a love as some of the other products? No, but I definitely think it's a great solid product, and this is just a unique shade. I've never seen a lavender-ish shade, and after trying the Glam Light Scooby-Doo collaboration, the 2 blushes, and seeing how that pink blush looked beautiful on my skin tone, I've also seen how the Magic Only Drama blush looks on my skin tone. Once again, beautiful. I think that this is going to be another beautiful blush on my skin tone, so I'm definitely excited to pick this up. And yeah, that's pretty much that. I really want to pick this up. Charlotte Tilbury is coming out with her Airbrush Flawless Lip Blur product, which is just a lip brow product. I think that this is cool. Not something that I need. I feel like this is too close to a liquid lipstick for me personally, so this is going to be a pass. The next brand that I want to talk about that is new is Aeon Beauty. I believe that's how you say the name, but I know the owner of the brand, she was a supermodel. And so first of all, she's beautiful, stunning. I love it. I love seeing another black owned brand coming out. Her products are going to be launching on fall 2023. So I'm definitely excited to see what comes of her brand. You can also sign up for the pre-launch at the website right now, so I will have that link down below. I think this is solid. I'm very excited. We already see that she's coming out with maybe some lip liner type products, so very, very excited. Some more coming from Tom Ford, and this is his Private Rose collection. These look like these are going to be some beautiful basic eyeshadow palettes, some pinky lip products, and then maybe a new compact for his foundation. I think that's fine. I definitely think that the more brownie toned eyeshadow palette looks beautiful. Once again though, I would say try to get it from a CCO in a couple of months. I'm sure it'll be there. Refy is coming out with a lip blur product as well. This one though is in a bullet. And yeah, it looks like it could be cool. I think that all of these kind of lip blur products, you can get the same effect from a bullet lipstick. Now, the difference though is that you would have to sit there and like kind of know the skill of like ombreing a product out on your lips and also like putting a little bit of product so that it like blurred effect. And you would also have to have the right blur lipstick. I think this is all cool. I really like it. Once again though, I'm gonna pass to save some money, and I'm gonna try to use products that I already have to get this aesthetic. Smashbox is coming out with a Halo Healthy 4-in-1 Perfecting Pen, and this is supposed to be used for covering, highlighting, contouring, and correcting. I haven't tried a Smashbox product in quite some time now, so I'm gonna personally pass, but I would definitely be intrigued to see if anybody picks this up, and if they do, how they enjoy it. Gloss Gods has finally come out with a palette that I think is outstanding and beautiful. This is their Neutrals Remixed palette. It's $43, and there's a 12 pan eyeshadow palette. I do not believe any of the actual powder. There are 7 different effects, 1 duochrome, 2 multichrome, 3 duochromes, and 1 shimmer metallic with 5 mattes. So there are no glitters. This would be a palette that I will try to keep in the background of my head for potentially purchasing in the future. If for whatever reason though you want to not purchase it, I do think that it looks slightly similar to the Glaminatrix Nearly Natural palette. So do keep that in mind in the event that you want to kind of talk yourself out of that palette. Danessa Myricks is also coming out with the microfiber velvet sponge. I've been through the phase. I've had it before. I didn't really love it. I do like the look of her puffs, and it looks like she's also coming out with maybe a foundation sponge as well, or a foundation brush as well. Those 2 last products look interesting, but as of right now, I'm gonna wait. Maybe I'll get them on sale or something to that effect. e.l.f. is also coming out with a putty color corrector product. I think this is smart. They've been getting a lot of buzz with their putty products in this packaging, and so to kind of keep the familiarity there, having one that is a color corrector makes perfect sense for me. Just not something that I personally need. I don't really use color correctors, so no need to start now. Tata Harper is coming out with a lip treatment, 5 different shades, $50 each, and basically I'm sure these are more or less like a tinted moisturizer slash lip oil. Not something I need, especially not for $50, but I'll be interested to see if like a Michelle Wong picks it up, and if she does, hopefully I have the time that I can watch the video to see if she enjoys it or not. You Beauty is coming out with a lip compound, and this is supposed to be a treatment that helps to lock in moisture, as well as a lip balm, and also gives you a tinge of color. There is a more brownie version of this. I could see me potentially picking this up later on in life. This is available now at Violet Gray for $68. Just kidding. I'm not picking this up later in life. That's too expensive. I've also never ordered from Violet Gray, so I have absolutely no idea how their shipping and their customer service is. Jones Road Beauty is coming out with a gel bronzer. I feel like the brand has been coming out with a lot lately, but who am I to judge? She's coming out with 3 different shades, one for light, medium, and dark complexions. They're all for $34 each. I feel as though her brand is not made for somebody of my age. It's definitely made for somebody who's older, has more wrinkles, and wants something to be very, very skin like, very little kind of nuance in the products that you put on your face. That's not something that I'm looking for. I do like something to look completely blended and seamless, but I don't know, there's just something around the brand that just doesn't seem to fully click for me. So I personally am gonna pass. I never say this brand right, so I'm just not going to even try. They're coming out with a perfected complexion range, and I think basically they've just made more darker shades, and I appreciate that. There's still only about 4 dark shades though, let's be honest, but I guess improvement is improvement. I don't really know if this is something that I would pick up. I believe this is something that I could personally only pick up from that one UK site that a lot of people buy their perfumes from because it's cheaper. I doubt I'm gonna pick it up. Once again, I'm really trying not to buy too many base products, so I feel like I went through a phase where I bought way too many. But definitely let me know down below if you're interested. Blend Bunny Cosmetics is sneak peeking that they have another palette coming up. So far, we haven't seen the actual palette, but I'm sure it's going to be something perfect for like the spring time period. I'll be very interested to see. I've really enjoyed the palette that I picked up from the brand, so I can't wait to see what else they come out with. Huda Beauty is also jumping on the train and coming out with a color corrector, and she's come out with it in the full coverage concealer packaging. So once again, that association with the packaging that people already enjoy the product that's previously been in. I think this looks cute once again, but once again, I don't use color correctors, so I'm gonna skip. Once again, another thing I'm going to be passing on. It looks really, really pretty, but this is the Lunar Beauty and Laura Lee Los Angeles collaboration. Somebody actually said in the comments, and I very much agree, that this looks very similar to Glaminatrix and Nearly Natural palette, like very similar. I think the Glaminatrix Nearly Natural has a little bit more of those pinky purples in like the one middle row, but otherwise that looks, I think it has more depth in the neutrals, and it's just overall a little bit more on the like color scheme that I particularly like. I think this looks fine, but this looks to be another palette that there's not going to be any depth other than maybe that black, and those browns aren't going to be dark enough. It's going to remind me very similar, I feel like, to the last palette that I picked up from Lunar Beauty, and I just don't want to have that bad association with the brand, so I am personally going to skip on it and hope that their next release is something that I can actually work with. Tarte is also coming out with a Man-Eater Blush and Glow Cheek Plump product, and this is a hybrid blush highlighter product in the one packaging. I think this is smart. Once again, so many people are getting into cream products in general for their makeup looks, and the idea of having your blush and your highlighter in one, you can just put them all in one product, is great. I know a lot of people like me picked up the Juvia's Place blush and the highlighter and have like combined them two, and they love that effect. So if you like that effect but you only want to pick up one product, this could definitely be a product for you. We'll see if I pick it up. I probably would only do it if it becomes at Ulta, and once again, I do it through my points. I really love using my Ulta points instead of picking things up, especially right now. These are available for $27. Another glowy lip cheek product is coming from Clarins, and these look cute. I don't think the packaging is smart for somebody who'd want to use this on their cheeks. They look to have like a doe foot that looks like it would be more consistent with a lip product than a cheek product, but there is that. It also looks very, very glowy. I don't think this is going to be a good 2-in-1 product. I think they should have just marketed this as a lip product and gone about their business, but who am I? But I know one thing. They ain't getting my money, not for this. Farsali looks like they're testing out a luminous peptide serum. I know that the brand just came back after being gone for quite a few years now. It's exciting. I will be excited to see what they come out with. For me personally, I never tried the brand because the products that they were trying to like market were just, I was never the audience. I was absolutely never the audience. I do have though the Auric Glow Lust drops, so I feel like those are going to be whatever this is for me in my collection. But in the event that you never pick those up or any other kind of glowy product, this could be something for you, and I will definitely keep you guys up to date. Too Faced is also sneak peeking that they have a new collection coming up, and this is their Cosmic Crush collection, where they have the eyeshadow palette, highlighters, and I believe there's something else. No, those are the only two products. I think that the eyeshadow palette looks refreshing for Too Faced. I actually really like it. It's not for me, but I actually really do like this for Too Faced. I think there's aspects of it that would make it perfect for me, but overall, just not something that I need. The highlighters look basic. They look like exactly like my ABH glow kit that I just brought back into my collection, so not something that I need. The lip injections look fine, but I've never been a fan of really running to try those products, so yeah, there is that. Two more things, and they're both new eyeshadow palettes. One is from Gourmand Girls, and this is their Warrior Wear Pink palette that they're doing in collaboration with Saria Soto, and I think that this looks really pretty. I like the combination. I like that this seems to be all based around Breast History Month. I don't know what the connection is with this influencer, but I'm sure it's a very personal and deep connection, and I like it. I do. Is the palette something for me though? Unfortunately, it's not. But as always, congratulations to you guys for doing this collaboration. Congratulations to everybody. I feel like I haven't congratulated everybody in this video. There have been quite a few collaborations, I feel, but like, congratulations to them and all the people coming out with new brands. It's exciting and I can't wait to see what comes. And then the last thing that I want to talk about is actually a new palette from Cosmic Brushes. So this year was the first year that I tried the brand, and I must say the palette is great. It really is great. I'm so happy I picked it up. And now they sneak peeked this one, which is their Delicious Delights, and this is perfect for the summer time period. This looks like a splash of brights but also pastels. I think this is beautiful. I think this could be very smart release for them, and especially because their formula is nicely saturated and opaque and blendable. So if you're somebody of my complexion or deeper and you've been looking for a palette that has both shimmers and mattes and has that like pastel bright combination, this could be it. I definitely previously to testing out this brand would have told you to pick up the Shroud Cosmetics Creepy Cute palette volume 1. I think that that has the best formula for somebody of my skin tone for the pastels. But now that I see this, I have a feeling this is definitely going to top that palette, because for me it has everything that I would need. It has the mattes and the shimmers. Originally when I sat down, I was thinking that this was going to be another palette and product in general that I was not going to be picking up, very similar to everything that I've talked about in this video, but I think this is going to be the one exception. This palette looks beautiful. I think it'll be right up my alley. I have not picked up quite a few bright colorful palettes like this very much. I don't think I have very many left in my collection because I've just slowly, you know, gotten rid of them, or they're like redundant or out of my head. Personally, this is beautiful though. And the best part about it is that this brand is relatively affordable. Let's see, you can use a code which is radar10 for some points off. It does look like this palette went up to $31.98. I have a feeling they increased their prices because I want to say the palettes were like $19 originally, but regardless, I think this is going to be my one purchase from this series today. So yeah, I feel like I've talked so much, my throat is sore and I'm losing my voice, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm definitely, like I said, I'm slowing down so much. I'm trying my absolute best. There's so much going on. I just need to come to like a stasis, if you will, in my personal life, and then we'll get a good get ready with me. I think next month we'll be able to do another get ready with me where I can do a check-in on what's been going on with me, because I've been meaning to give you guys one for a little while now. It just hasn't come about. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to talk about. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It is getting dark now, so I need to stop recording and I need to get to editing so I can get this up tonight. But I will see you guys Wednesday for the video that I filmed for this eye look and the whole face in general. And yeah, I will also try to link down below my dress. This is a very cute black owned dress that I picked up a little while ago now, but I still enjoy throwing it on every now and again. And yeah, I think that's it. So I'll see you guys later. Bye guys.